We have never been to Ecuador, so we had to start from scratch on this race.
We are leaving 10 days before the race. So August 12th, we'll be headed out. Hopefully, that's going to give us a little bit of time to acclimate to the elevation in Quito. We'll fly into Quito, and it's around 10,000 feet, I think.
You're going to get off the airplane and be out of breath right away. I mean, this is a really high area.
There's an expression in adventure racing that it's it's a race to get to the start line. That's half the battle, right? The gear we carry, the travel plans. We're crossing international borders. There's passports. There's visas. There's getting through customs. All of that, and so getting there is a huge part of the battle. My plan for Ecuador is I'm going to fly there about 6 days before the race, 5 days in country.
So there's basically two strategies on this. You show up like the day before the race and you run the race. So that's like going commando, I've heard it called. Like you just get in there, and yes, you're out of breath, you just do the race. But at least you've got enough sleep and your body has not been degraded by the high altitude. So you're showing up strong, and you do the best you can. The other strategy is you get yourself acclimatized. Now, in a perfect world, we could go up there 30 days in advance, but that's not possible, right? That's a long time just to prepare for a venture race. But we were able to get up there on the 12th for a race that starts on the 22nd. So we got about 12 days to acclimatize, work from home from a Airbnb in Ecuador. And then that way, I'm hoping our bodies will be prepared so that when we get to the start line and ready to go, we feel really good.
The plan is to get there early, spend 5 days walking around. I really want to see Quito. I've heard that it's a beautiful city, a lot of great things to see. And I think getting on the ground there is a very, very important thing to do.
I'm hoping that the 12 days or the 10 or so days that we're going to have to acclimatize is going to get us past that little hump of not being able to sleep and coughing and all that, and get enough red blood cells created so that we're prepared for the start line.
It's always fun, too, to spend that time just getting familiar with the culture and just becoming comfortable with so much stimulation coming in.
Now, also as team captain, I'm usually responsible for all of the lodging and logistics of getting to the race. So basically, first we do is sign up for the race. Then we go get plane tickets and talk with the team about when should we get there and when are we leaving and all that. And so luckily on this race, we were able to coordinate some of our travel plans.
We're going to stay at an Airbnb in Kumbaya. So isn't that cool? They have a town called Kumbaya, and we get to stay there. So cool.
Ecuador has a billion Airbnbs. They are amazing and they're really good priced. I think our place is I think we have 4 bedrooms and it's $56 a night, and it's got Wi-Fi and everything. It's beautiful. It's got plenty of room, a yard. It's outside the main city. So we're really excited about that.
We're going to live together in community before the race. We're going to spend some time together, sort our gear, hang out a little bit. Once again, staying well rested, being comfortable.
Previous to the race, we're going to trek around a little bit, and Luis Fernando has been great and has organized a few things we can join in with his team and maybe some other local teams too as we acclimate.
So in our situation, Huairasinchi does provide the 2 days prior to the race and 1 day afterward. So what I did is I got the Airbnb from the date we arrive all the way up in there. They provide transportation to the host hotel. And then after the race is done, they provide transportation back to your Airbnb of choice. It doesn't have to be the same one. But that way your whole experience, the race director can help you get your gear from point A to point B. And you're not just sitting on paying for a hotel room and a rental car while you're racing. That doesn't make any sense. Also, normally the race directors, if somebody does have to come out of the race mid-race, they normally have some arrangements with a hotel that you can quickly get a hotel room if you needed to, even though you weren't planning on it. But you can get a hotel room at the last minute, and just in case you had to pull out.
We are also renting an SUV. I think the challenge will be getting all of our gear in that and figuring out just the gear, transporting is going to be tricky with the big bike boxes.
Whenever we do one of these big adventure races around the world, we try to always go either early or stay late or both, and really see the area, get to know the culture, and really treat it like a vacation or the 4 or 5 day really hard activity right in the middle. My preference is always to do the adventuring after the race because I'm always worried about injury. Also, I don't want the stress of the race coming up and thinking through the gear and all of the prep. After the race, you can just relax. If you get injured, it's not that big of a deal. You're not worried about breaking your bike, doing single track leading in after the race. You're not worried about your bike at all. And you can just relax.
We will be staying a couple of days, I think 3 or 4 days actually, just to recover a little bit of sleep and to hopefully, spend some time with some peeps that we have met along the way.
And when I'm in Ecuador, what else am I going to do? I am blessed and I am privileged to go to a developing nation. I've heard wonderful things about Ecuador, and I want to spend time there. I want to be among the local residents. I want to see what their life is like. I want to see the beautiful parts of their city and their country, the architecture, the food. After the race, let's eat, right? Let's get through the food. And my plan is to really soak up the culture. It is a gift that I get to go and do this, and I want to take every second along the way and have a good time.
So I think that's about it on the travel plans. Maybe put something in the comments if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to help.